In the opening statement of the COMELEC, Commissioner Ferrer, and in reply to some questions from the panel, the COMELEC Commissioner mentioned all systems go, but added damn the torpedoes. You know, damn the torpedoes is a quote from Admiral Farragut during the American Civil War, 1864.
Yes, sir.
All systems go is associated with the space program. Today, a statement coming from a statement like damn the torpedoes would be considered a reckless statement. It is not anymore applicable. During those times, probably. But all systems go, which came from one of the members of Congress, would be a more apt term, Mr. Chairman.
I would admit that, Your Honor, but I was merely attempted to quote our chairman when he said that when we were discussing the automation of elections last week.
Because I would be very worried, Mr. Chairman, if that is the attitude of the COMELEC, the damn the torpedoes attitude, which was good 140 years ago, but not anymore today.
Yes, it was merely to emphasize the fact that we are definitely ready to proceed with the scheduled Barangay SA elections on October 25.
Now, the department that drafted the election ban on projects, the law department, is that the same department that reviews protests?
No, Your Honor, they don't review the protests, but what they review are motions for disqualification. Yes, but protest, it will not pass through the law department, Your Honor.
Thank you. Now, may we know, Mr. Chairman, the status of the party list cases? How many party list cases are still pending? We had two party list members of Congress who took their oath last Wednesday. How many do we still expect?
May we request, Your Honor, that question be answered by our Director Elnas, or acting Executive Director Bartolomeo.
Mr. Chairman, Ministers. The total allocation for party list is 57, and we only have remaining 3 slots for party lists.
Only 3 slots
Remaining.
And what is taking it so long, Mr. Chairman? What's the problem here?
It is the pending special elections, which we are scheduled for November 13, Your Honor.
So the position of the COMELEC is that the special elections could still affect the outcome of the 3 slots.
That is our view, Your Honor.
And what about the disqualification on the basis of, I think one exemplary case would be the case of the former Energy Secretary. A lot of people are saying that there might be some inconsistencies in the decision of the COMELEC. One is qualified, the other is not qualified. And the feeling is that the situation may be similar.
Actually, Your Honor, the matter arose from the fact on how we issue our resolutions. It is by voting, en banc voting by majority. And I think you are referring to the case of Mikey Arroyo, the one utak. And you are referring to the Mikey Arroyo. This is the
Well, the more recent is the disqualification of the one utak candidate.
Yes. In the Mikey Arroyo case, we decided that with our view that the qualification of a nominee is only that he should be bona fide member of the party list. And there is no, and within 90 days before the elections, right? And there is no requirement that he should, the nominee should also be marginalized. And the voting there, in the second division, it was unanimous of the three members of the division. And when it was brought to the NBank, the voting was 4-3 in favor of the denial of the disqualification. In other words, in favor of Mendoza. All right. But in the case of that is the case of arrest. That is the case of Baiki Arroyo. The voting in the NBank is 4-3 in favor of Arroyo. The voting, however, in the case of Mendoza was 3-4. And that was the disqualification of Mendoza as nominee.
Which Mendoza was this?
This is Angie Mendoza of Reyes. Reyes. That is one utak. So in other words, the second division maintained its stand that there's no requirement that the nominee should be marginalized himself. The second, and in the voting, the members of the NBank who are from the second division maintain their stand that it is there's no requirement that the nominee should also be marginalized. Unfortunately, that view was overturned in the NBank.
So now what is the ruling? What would be the applicable ruling if we are to use the Reyes case as a basis?
We are waiting, Your Honor, for the resolution decision of the Supreme Court.
So it went up to the Supreme Court?
Yes, Your Honor. What I know is that Mikey Arroyo case was brought to the Supreme Court, and I don't know if this Reyes case was likewise brought to the Supreme Court.
Thank you. Now my next question, Mr. Chairman, is on the barangay elections. I understand that the precincts are going to be clustered again for the barangay elections.
Yes, Your Honors, but not as many as in the last national elections. We are limiting it to just 3 precincts per cluster.
Now my concern here